If you're an infoproduct CEO, there's a skill that you have to master. If not, you're gonna waste a lot of money and you're gonna have a lot of bottlenecks trying to grow your company. If you're an infoproduct business owner, there's one skill you have to be extremely good at. The more you avoid this skill, trust me when I say this, the more you avoid this skill, the less you'll grow, the more money you'll spend, the more bottlenecks you'll face. You're gonna have a lot of headaches trying to hire the right person and then spending hours and hours training them in this one specific skill. The truth is, if you're a CEO, but you're also a content creator, so being great at copywriting is a skill that's gonna 10x your business, and I can say this from experience. It's one of those skills that it's very hard to outsource because one, I'm sorry, freelancers that say they're good at copywriters are not really good copywriters. They're this word. I don't know if I can say that. And then the exceptional copywriters, the one that can really move the needle forward, are very, very, very expensive. Copywriting is this like unicorn skill that only very few people are really good at. Now, pause. You don't have to be extremely good at, but even you increasing your knowledge in copywriting by like 10%, it's gonna have so much benefit. So much benefit. It comes in layers, which means it can take years to reach those really high levels. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm the best copywriter out there, but being English my second language and me speaking in Spanish as my native tongue, I've developed this skill because I've lived in the US since 2012, so I've been able to speak it. Now, just because you speak English doesn't mean you're good at writing. I've been really good at copywriting for the past couple of years where I've been in charge of, I always say this and you always keep me hearing, but I was in charge of spending multi-million dollars in ads, in Facebook ads, writing the ads for companies in a bunch of different industries. So just to give you an example, I did a healthcare campaign for one of the biggest healthcare companies in the US. We set records for how many people signed up. I also did copywriting for a tax company that's worth, I think, like $1 billion. They make $1 billion a year, which is ridiculous. I also did, this is the most interesting. So I also did copywriting for a non-profit, whatever, based in Catholic, like they did like Catholic money raised up, some stuff like that. And then the most interesting I think I've ever written for, it's a company that has air ambulances. So I've written copy for a bunch of people. So I've been really good at. And then for most recently, I did emails for an info product company, and the amount of emails I sent through different workflows and a bunch of other stuff was 19 million. So I've sent 19 million emails plus multi-million dollars in spend in ads, but whatever, not about me. But what I mean is, you have to be really good at it. Like if you get really good at it, you'll make a bunch of money. You help a bunch of people. So to give you an example, one of my past clients in the info space was charged $10,000 for a 12 email sequence. So if you're a good copywriter, you can make a good amount of money. But not this to say, like this previous client of mine was charged $10K for 12 emails. And I haven't even mentioned the cost they had to incur, the cost of time wasted in meetings, having to train this copywriter, giving them access to all of your assets, all of your logins and all this stuff. It takes time. And you as a CEO, you can't waste time. Like you're training your team, you're dealing with clients, like what? Only to see that the campaigns that I was writing for my client at the time performed way better. And there was two main reasons why this happens, and this is super important for you to understand before you hire a copywriter. One, I was in this business for a while, so I understood the company's language and the company's industry. I knew how people spoke. I knew what people wanted to listen. I knew what people wanted to read. I knew the subject lines that were doing well. And I've just been in the trenches for a long time. And two, I apply very simple principles that I'm about to show you today so that you don't have to hire a copywriter agency ever again and waste $10,000 and hours. So the basic human needs are shelter, food, water, sleep, and safety. This will make sense in a little bit, I promise. So why would anyone need your service? So think about that. Basic human needs. Why would anyone need your service? Why would anyone need your fitness app or modules on how to improve their mindset, or honestly just need you in any capacity? Like, why do you need me? Because I'm going to teach you this, but why would anyone need you? Okay. So to make people think they need you is a job of a proper marketing offer and proper intent. Everything has to like kind of line up like a beautiful Lego piece. I love Legos. All of these three require three states of being in order to be excellent: desire, want, and need. In that order. You're probably stuck in selling wants, which is normal. A lot of people make this mistake, but this video I'm going to help you go above that. Which means is you're probably in the what do my prospect kind of want rather than what do they need. Two different things. Okay? The thing with selling wants is that it's harder to sell because wants have alternative. If you want to travel, you can also do by plane, bus, car, boat, whatever, bike, anything. If you're a man, you don't want a Rolex, you need it because it gives you status. If you're a woman, you don't want a Hermes bag, you need it because it gives you status. You need it. Okay? Not only that, what I'm about to tell you is ignored by a lot of your competition, probably all of them. So, by definition, you're going to be creating kind of this like little blue ocean for yourself. Most of you focus on selling to wants by naming a bunch of features and a bunch of benefits. But you have to think deeper into what do these benefits do. Ultimately, benefits sell the probability of an outcome, which is what your prospect is looking for. You have to go deeper. This is the same with unique mechanisms, which you see all the gurus out there talk about. It gets thrown around a lot. Unique mechanism is just a way to get closer to the outcome, which again is what your prospect needs. It's the outcome. Okay? So again, just bringing this back down to simple terms. Your prospect will always, like 99% of the time, buy from you because of the outcomes, like what they truly need. The outlier 1% is because like they love you and they're a fan of you. Okay? So you use features, benefits, and unique mechanisms as functions to get the outcome and increase the chances of getting them the outcome. Then you want to make sure you position yourself as the best alternative out there. And here's the truth. It's only getting harder and harder to sell because there's information overload and people have the illusion that they can just Google their way to success or results. And maybe this is the case with you. Let me back up a little bit with the needs and wants. And I see this a lot with my private clients, which is normal. They've been so much in the trenches of their business and their industry that they're like, yeah, my client just wants to lose fat. Do they want to lose fat, or do they need to lose fat so that she can fit in that wedding dress because her wedding is in 6 months? She needs to look good in pictures. She needs to look good for her husband. She needs to look good for her family. Losing fat is the thing you want and the thing you sell. You're selling this feature. Yeah, you work with me, you lose fat. But what she needs is the status of looking good, the status of feeling good. When you think about that, you'll overcome everyone else, because let's be real. There's a shit ton of other online coaches out there. They're all saying the same thing. So the way you position yourself above everyone else is by digging deeper in copywriting, in messaging, in content, understanding the basis of selling needs, not wants. Because once you do needs, you go a level deeper. Okay? So, in a way, this is true. I mean, anyone can just Google shit, honestly. But this is why you need distinction and have to be able to sell on true needs to position yourself higher than any competitor out there or any other alternative. I'll give you another golden nugget here. It's not that you also have competitors in your same industry, but there's alternatives out there too. So if you're an online fitness coach, you might think all other online fitness coaches are your competitors, but in reality, they're also alternatives as well. So rather than hiring another fitness coach, they might, buy P90X, or they might buy a Peloton bike. So the outcome is the same, right? So like the outcome being losing fat. When you sell on needs, that's when you become better than a Peloton bike, than P90X, than any other fitness coach out there. The advice of, which is fucking stupid advice, of just niching down, the reason why it works well is because when you niche down, you start speaking on needs a little bit more. So like if you help women who are about to get married lose weight, that's a much bigger need rather than just I help people lose fat, if that makes sense. So the reason why niching down works so well is because you're forced to speak on needs rather than what people want. Okay, so a little tangent there, but hopefully that makes sense, right? So listen, if just in this case for infoproduct businesses, and I'm speaking to you being the CEO of your company, if just an ad or a setter was the secret to growing your infoproduct company, then you'd already be scaling your offer. You already have a very successful online infoproduct business that's getting you clients on demand, and you have a system already that puts your business on autopilot. But because you have none of that, you know it's getting harder to become successful, and you're probably competing on price, thinking the best way to get more clients is just to be cheaper. Don't do that. What you have to do is to understand the 4 steps you have to implement to grow your infoproduct company, and once that's running smoothly, you're in great shape. I'll link the video down below, 4 steps you can implement this today, and it just takes 30 minutes. To really wrap this up real quick, when you're good at copywriting, anything becomes easier to sell. When you become good at copywriting, your testimonials are gonna be stronger, better. Your copy and your reels are gonna be much better. The things you do on your carousels or photo dumps, everything just becomes more clear. The way you speak to your clients better. So this is not just front facing to help your front end metrics, but even help you in the back end, even help you with writing emails, which is super huge, writing captions, anything. You can hire a copywriter, but it's going to take you a lot of time, a lot of money, and you might not get what you want. So if you spend a little bit of time learning on just this very small tip, you'll see that your copywriting is going to have a tremendous turn into better. If you have any questions on copywriting specifically, or on how to grow your infoproduct business, drop them down below in the comments and I'll be able to just answer a couple. If you're shy, you don't want to comment, send me a DM on IG. I'll help you there. I'll see you in the next one.